My apologies in advance. Uh, our neighbor is cutting their grass, so whenever they make a pass by the house, you're gonna hear the lawnmower. But not much I can do about that. Anyway, wow, it's been 6 months, almost 6 months since I posted my last video. I looked back at it today, and yeah, it was in April, and we're now in October. It's October 3rd. Can't believe it. Time flies. So I wanted to come on, give an update, kind of what's been happening, where I've been, and particularly for this video, like my plan for the rest of this year. Um, yeah. So my last video, I think I titled it like I'm getting tired of being overweight, right? That was true, and it was true then. It's been true for 6 months. It's true today. I'm tired of being overweight. So obviously, I haven't lost weight. In fact, I've gained some. Um, but I didn't have a plan in place, right? I didn't like when I was gonna move forward with weight loss and whatever. But maybe I did have a plan. I know how to lose weight, but I didn't look at like my life and what's going on, and how am I going to be able to fit in the things that I need to fit in. Um, we were in April. We're heading into the summer, which is very busy for me at work. So that's one. We had a couple vacations. We went to Florida to visit my son and his girlfriend. We spent a week at the shore, but we also had a couple projects going on around the house. The first one was going on in April when I made the video. We had one of our soffits. It rotted. It was leaking, and so I had to rip it all out and basically rebuild it. I've never I don't know if I did it right. Whatever. It's not leaking now. I think it came out all right. But that took me a while. And then once that was done, we kind of launched right into the next project, which was to rebuild the porch underneath that soffit. We had done it years and years and years ago, but it was in dire need of being rebuilt. And it just the project kind of ballooned. We weren't gonna do too much really at first, just kind of replace the decking and replace the stairs. But it ended up, we supported the roof. We redid all the joists, put in a new post, new decking, new railings, the whole like everything. And I'm happy with how it came out, but it was just, you know, nothing ever goes to plan, and it just we did some things wrong. We had to backtrack at times, and whatever. So that's just taken so much of my time, and I'd say within the last couple weeks to a month, I've just been devoting all of my time and energy to getting that done. So, as of like yesterday or today, I mean, there's a couple minor little things we have to do, but that's done. That project is done. Um, so, I've specifically targeted this day. It's October 3rd because October 3rd marks 90 days. There's 90 days left of the year, go till December 31st. And with these projects being done, this puts me in a much better place to prioritize my health, which is something I wish I had done 6 months ago, and I might have been in a better place now, and the last 6 months might have been better. But what I've decided is I'm going to follow I guess like a guideline or something that I've seen online. It's called the 2190 rule. And what it says is that if you make a change in your life and you do that change for 21 days, it should become a habit. And if you continue that and you do it for 90 days, then it should become a lifestyle change, right? Now there's I don't know, I see a lot of potential problems with that. Trying to implement that because you could say, oh, okay, well, what? Let me let me see if I can make like $10,000 a day, right? Well, I mean, unless you have a business or something lined up, you're going to start out and you're going to fail, and I don't know that you'll ever even make it, right? So it has to be something achievable. It has to be something that you can, I think, define pretty clearly, and yeah, it can't be too broad. Kind of has to be measurable, and anyway. Um, I'm gonna implement this. That's where the 90 days, today being October 3rd, I have 90 days left of the year. Um, I guess I'm treating it kind of like a challenge for me, because I do challenges a lot, and I like that kind of thing. But I guess it's more like an experiment, or I'm testing that guideline, to see, how do I feel after 21 days if I make this change in my life, and then if I continue it, how does it pan out in 90 days? And so what I've decided, I've given this a lot of thought as to what change I could make. And I've boiled it down to one thing that kind of has, I don't know, an upstream effect, right? It's going to be a lot of other things that I'm going to have to do to get this to work. So what I've decided is simply I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. every day. That's the change I'm making. Now, where that upstream effect comes from is, well, obviously, if I'm going to get up at 5 a.m., I need to go to bed early enough to get 7 or 8 hours of sleep. I walk dogs all day. I can't be tired. I need to get my sleep. Probably going to have to go to bed around 9, right? Well, right there, then that cuts out eating junk late. Drinking beer. And then I believe by setting that wake time gets me into a like a set sleep wake schedule, right? And I think that's just, the health benefits for that are immense. My goal, or the reason I guess that I want to wake up at 5 a.m., and I've talked about this before, is that I want to lift weights. And with my job, it's very hard for me to carve out time to lift weights. But if I get up at 5, I can lift weights by 6, be done by 7, shower, change, and get ready, and be out for a first visit, which would probably be at 8 o'clock. That's the first, breakfast visit that we have. So by getting up at 5, that's going to open the door for me to lift weights. Now, I have not been lifting weights. I might have lifted some past the April video that I did. Maybe I did it into May or June, or maybe even longer. I don't know. But I know I have not lifted weights for what feels like several months at least. So I'm itching to get back. So by waking up at 5, that's going to open the door for me to lift weights. And what I'm hoping is, with better sleep, lifting weights, it's going to have a snowball effect on my health, and I'm going to want to lose fat, and that's kind of what I'm hoping. I'm hoping it's like a catalyst to a whole bunch of changes that will occur in my life. So that's my plan for the next 90 days. I started it today. So I ended up getting to bed last night around 10. I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. I did hit snooze, but I did get right up. So, I think I was downstairs by 5:04 or something like that. I weighed myself. That's the other thing. This morning I weighed 206.7, which is bad for several reasons. Probably the biggest of which is that I never wanted to go back over 200 pounds. I've been close sometimes, and I've just been eating like crap lately. I'm surprised I don't weigh more than that, to be honest. But it is what it is. I know that once I start this and get back into lifting and eating right, I'm gonna lose a lot of weight quick. I know that because I've been eating so much junk. As soon as this junk gets out of my system, there's gonna be a lot of weight loss just from that. So obviously not happy that I'm over 200 pounds, but like I've said this before, I'm glad I'm catching it now, right? Do something about it now. I have also, within the past 6 months, um, cut down my coffee consumption. But first, what I did is I went to just drinking black coffee. I used to put half and half or like Coffee Mate, like a non-dairy creamer in because I liked the creamy kind of taste of coffee. I went to black coffee because I kind of wanted to extend my time in the morning without eating. So not necessarily do intermittent fasting, but the only calories that I was consuming were in the Coffee Mates, like for the first few hours that I was awake. So I decided, well, if I can just make this black coffee, right, then I won't have the calories and I'll still get the caffeine and whatever. And so far it's really worked. It has dropped. I don't like it as much, so I'm really only having like 1 cup of coffee, and sometimes I don't even finish it. But I don't really feel like I miss it. So that's really the good news. I am still drinking diet soda or diet pop, right? That's gonna have to change pretty quickly. That's a mental thing. I mean, I like the caffeine. I understand that. I'm looking for the caffeine boost, but there's a big mental component to that I've got to break and get away from that. I'm not going to be counting calories. I am getting over some sort of congestion or cough, whatever. I do feel better. So, yeah, that's that's my plan. So far today though, I was around 10 or 11. I made a kind of like a breakfast sandwich. I put some it was a Kaiser roll with some turkey bacon and scrambled egg and ketchup. My no sugar ketchup. Love it. Love that sandwich. Love it. And then I'd say around 2 o'clock, I had an RX bar. I have had some diet soda today. And then just recently, like 6:30, what time is it now? It's like 7 o'clock now. 6:30, we had dinner. I just had a piece of chicken and some rice. And that's really all I plan on eating today. I don't, like I said, I'm coming off eating a lot of junk, so I don't really need a lot of food today. So I've taken my supplements. I've talked about this in previous videos. That's going to be key for me going forward. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm not sure how often I'm going to record videos or upload videos. Still trying to kick that around, whatever. But I do want to stay accountable. I took some video of myself this morning. Still debating whether I'm going to post it or not. I guess if I do, it'll be at the end of this video, right? Yeah, I'm excited. So anyway, that's it for this video. Talk to you next time.